So for our first speaker, we have Miss Athena Abe, computer science graduate, magna cum laude from St. Paul University, Manila, content creator, seasoned public speaker, and mentor, former application analyst, technical community manager, and social media specialist. Currently, she's the technical support specialist and KCS coach of ParTech Inc., an Angel Hack ambassador and mentor of Impact Hackathon, and she is an advocate for social participation and has been engaging with tech communities to share her knowledge and experiences in the tech industry.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for that introduction, Juliana, and thank you to GDST De La Salle University for having me. Ayan, good evening, and I appreciate everyone's time for attending our event today. Currently morning from here. I believe I'll take over the share screen real quick. Ayan. Okay, and also hello to our Facebook Live viewers as well. Don't forget to share this Facebook Live, and also share the learning experience with everyone. Okay, so today we'll be talking about how women in tech create impact in history. Although this presentation and sharing as well would include everyone. I believe this includes everyone. That's why I have changed it to how we, men in tech, create impact in history. And I've already been introduced, but I have 2 years experience in the tech industry. I've started working when I was in third year college, when I was a third year computer science student. Currently working for a restaurant technology company based in New York. New York. Currently, I am here in San Diego, California. Ayan. So with these inspiring women and influential women that you have seen a while ago in the icebreaker, all of them have experienced bias in terms of paving their way to break into the industry and to be able to pioneer their technologies and their advocacies as well. And with that, it didn't hinder them from achieving what they want and also pursuing their passion and to be able to help people, especially women, to be able to feel empowered and also share the opportunity with one another. And with that, even though there's bias in their experiences, they're able to overcome it by having inclusion and to be able to really speak for other people as well and have that voice, which is through their advocacy. So if you're going to Google right now, or if you're going to ask help with ChatGPT for to list all of the influential women in tech, if you're going to read their experiences, all of them have gone through bias, discrimination. Although, as you can see, what's inspiring is that they're able to really focus on their goal, to focus on what they want, not specifically to prove what they're capable of, but definitely they have focus and applied grit, their passion, they have persevered, and they're very resilient in providing um, what they can share, especially with their skills and knowledge, and that paved more way into having diversity. So it created a big community, not only just for women, but also for other people in the community as well, including men, LGBTQ plus, and so on. So how were they able to do that? Is it possible for me, Atcha, to also be able to be one of those people as well? Yes, definitely. For sure, one of the many ways that you're also able to help people, empower them, and encourage them to start a career and also pursue technology is becoming a good example or an epitome for invention and innovation. So even though there are a lot of new technologies right now, especially with the emergence of artificial intelligence, we can definitely see there's always something that we need to improve and that we need to change. And definitely one of the ways that we are able to do that is through identifying what we want to achieve and what type of help that we want to provide to people, which is having a strong advocacy. So when I started my bachelor's degree in computer science, I started volunteering for our community development center. And that's what helped me spark my passion when it comes to social participation, helping communities, doing peer tutoring. So I'm really passionate when it comes to teaching. And just so happens that I'm also taking my degree in computer science, and that what made me realize na mahilig pala ako talaga magturo. Anything related to IT, whether it may be web development. So right now, if you're still unsure what specific career in tech you want, you can definitely reflect and look on your hobbies, what you're mostly interested in. That can definitely link you to what you want to achieve and also provide to the industry as well. So aside from that, if you're going to see their backgrounds, these influential women have backgrounds as computer scientists, as mathematicians. There are also other people in the role that don't have a technical background, but have also have um, influenced and also supported women in tech as well. Community builders and also other inspiring people who career shifters as well. They became developers through really studying hard and also learning and keeping up with these technologies as well. Or they can also become implementers. So it's either you invent or you innovate. Ayan. But for us, um, sino nga, sino nga ba tayo para to be able to be at par with these women, and how are we be able to also do that effect? So in computer science or IT, you have the word bit, and if you Google bit, it's a small piece of information. It's something. It's a part of something. And so this is something I've created. This is a guide for you to be able to create an impact, even though you're still a student or working as a young professional. I believe the bit will help you start that change or start that impact in a small way. I also believe that even though you're doing something small, whether it may be small and big, it still could create an impact and also help people as well. What BIT means, ayan, is to build, interact, and transform. So, of course, when you are starting your journey and your career in technology, for you to be able to practice your skills, you have to build. So, again, first, identify what are you passionate about? Why did you take IT? Bakit ka nag-computer science? Did you take that degree in Salle or which university you are at right now just because yun yung in demand? Or is it because yun din yung course ng friend ko o sabi ng mama ko? Ayan. Ako, I took computer science just because um, yun din yung degree ng mama ko. So I've been a Polinian since I was kinder up until college. She's also a Polinian. So I just sinundan ko lang din yung yapak niya. I didn't know what I wanted even before. I just realized that I was interested in cybersecurity when I was in third year college. And it took me a while, and it's okay. If you're graduating right now, it's okay to not know yet what you want. As long as you just continue learning, it will help you direct to what you want to become. Next question. What keeps you interested to be in the tech field? What keeps you going? Even though I know we're in a routine with the curriculum that we just learn specific things, this is a good opportunity for you guys who are listening with us and watching, that these organizations, specifically Google Developer Student Clubs, have been organizing really good events for you that are not taught in school. So this is a great opportunity for you to be able to um, understand, appreciate, and also have more interest in tech, because there's more to just your virtual classrooms, to the four corners of your classrooms to learn. Definitely a lot of opportunities are waiting for you guys. So you just have to really explore out there, explore different courses or different fields in tech aside from development, programming, design. There's more to it. So just explore and also practice the skills that you have. And if you're able to identify what you need to improve on, definitely building yourself is also part of the process of creating an impact. Paano ka nga ba naman, di ba, in relationships? How are you going to love another person if you don't love yourself? So that's also in building. You need to practice your skills and to be able to share that with other people too. Okay. Next is interact. So with interacting, a big way for you to be able to help other people while also helping yourself is to network. Networking in a way that you interact with people, participate in events and or meetups. So it will also give you a good opportunity to be able to start your career in tech. Malaking bagay yan. Interact with people. If you are stuck on something, especially, say for example, with your group mates or classmates, if programming is you think hindi mo talaga siya forte and you're really having a hard time with this type of activity, don't hesitate to reach out. Even though kami we're working in the tech industry, we don't know everything. We're still learning, and even if you work for a tech company, malaking part pa rin talaga yung interaction and collaboration. We learn from each other, we help each other, and we acknowledge our hindi naman weaknesses, pero um, we help to a point na we're learning from. And third part of a bit, letter T, we have transform. This is where we empower people to pursue their passion in tech. Um, it's really a good feeling when you are able to help someone, but also don't forget to help yourself then. One way for us to improve then is always get feedback from other people, and always you can always reach out to our industry leaders and do peer tutoring or mentorship. It will help you grow, and dito mo malalaman na, I thought, akala ko dati di ako marunong mag-design, pero meron din pala akong skill. Because skill and talent are two different things. So even though you're not talented on that specific um, part of the field, you can still definitely learn it. Ayan. Di ba nga, as you can see, there are successful people na they didn't have a degree, pero they're able to get into the industry. Pero at the end of the day, having your degree is still very important then in the tech field. Ayan. So with that, those from based on what I've been reading with those lists, I believe I was reading the stories and experiences of around 20 most influential women in tech. Yun yung mga takeaways ko. And I've created BIT, which is build, interact, and transform. And I hope that's a more easier way for you to be able to see how they have overcome bias and also promoted inclusivity in their pursuit or in their advocacy. But at this point, at this part, I'm going to share with you how I am able to really identify na I really wanted to have my advocacy to focus on social participation and also helping other people to also become mentors and also share the knowledge with other people, especially fellow students. So, way back in 2017, we were the first batch of K to 12 students. So I transferred from St. Paul Parañaque to St. Paul University Manila. And the first K to 12 first batch there, we were like, I believe, 600 students in grade 11 senior high school. And back then, nung grade 12 now, that's the only time we were separated by our track. So when I was in grade 11, general setup, we're still mixed. And then when I was in 12th grade, that's the time when we were separated. I was in the Tech Book ICT track. And still at that point, even though I chose textbook ICT, I I used to be in STEM, but I shifted because the principal told us that if you want to pursue computer science, you should um choose the textbook ICT career instead. So that's what I did. And then I'm just doing my own thing. I just studying the normal student mindset na kailangan mo galingan sa school para pagkatapos mo mag-aral, makahanap ka ng magandang trabaho. That was my mindset back then. And even though madami kami, I was not able to meet, of course, all of the 600 students there. However, one of the um, men that you're seeing here in the photo right now reached out to me. I think it was a common friend. Um, and they one of them asked me if I'm interested to join in their startup. They're planning to create a game development startup, and they told me that they met me from a common friend. And then I said, yeah, sure, why not? Back then, wala din naman, I'm not really interested in game development kasi I was not really, di pa ako ganun ka marunong when it comes to programming before. So ayan, and then we went into our school library, discussed na we didn't have any background, we didn't have any support when it comes to creating a startup. Back then in 2017, hindi pa uso yung mga ganun na words na startup. Ayan. And then we were looking on how we're going to call our team. And I chose Authorgy. So what Authorgy means is to create with your own hands. Kasi based on our journey, even though wala kaming alam, wala kaming background, wala kaming support, the team is mostly them really interested and passionate to create something out of nothing. So why not? I said we choose the word Authorgy. We have a Facebook page called Authorgy Entertainment. If you wanna see that, we have shown there yung mga Android games na ginawa namin. So it was five of us. I was the only woman there, and we've created, I believe, five 2D games in Android. And at present, we're currently inactive, but in the future, we're planning to revive Atcha Entertainment again. Ayan. And the reason why hindi na namin sa tinuloy, unfortunately, when we graduated senior high school, syempre may kanya-kanya silang dream schools, and they also want to pursue different degrees that were not offered by St. Paul. And I was the only one left and continued my college in St. Paul. So ayun, um, all of them have graduated na and have finished their degree. I believe one of them is currently a professor, have finished multimedia art, something like that. And then I'm not sure with the other two, but I believe they're also pursuing a developer career right now. So back then, how we started Utter the Entertainment was that I was assigned in the design part of the game, and also like with the finances, because syempre we needed funds to be able to um have our startup to function. Wala kaming laptop before, so we're just borrowing laptops of our classmates para makagawa ng game. And then sometimes we would go to each other's house on a weekend or after school to create and conceptualize our game. So that's how we started Uttergy Entertainment. So that's what I was doing before na uncommon or not normally a student would do as someone who was interested in the field of technology. However, when the pandemic happened, a lot of opportunities came in. Ironically, the pandemic, pero it gave all of us a realization na anything can happen, including the pandemic. And also, there's more to than just focusing in school and just letting ourselves na, okay, ito lang yung kailangan kong gawin. It's possible pala na even though as a student, I can start my career and I can also start working and gaining experience, even though you don't necessarily need to work, but having more skills outside of what is being taught in our curriculum is a really good advantage for you in the competitive field, especially in tech. So, a good realization then, when I was a student, I love to tutor. May gawa mag-tutor dati. And one of the people in the community then, when I was starting, said, paano ka naman naging mentor? Eh, wala ka namang experience. Estudyante ka pa lang. those are the feedbacks of the people back then na um, wala ka naman experience, bakit mo sinasabing nagme-mentor ka, nagpe-peer tutor ka, ganyan. So, ayun yung mga naging feedback ko before. Pero if you focus yourself on the people that would help you and support you to be able to get that experience, especially if you want to be a mentor, focus your energy on that. So that's what I did. Um, when I was doing content creation for YouTube, na na-realize ko na, nakakatulong pala tong mga content na ginagawa ko when it comes to web development, database, ganyan. I was invited by um, Sir, biglang nakalimutan ko yung name niya, Sir Jason Bruno. Um, he passed last year pero sobrang thankful ko talaga sa kanya because he gave me an opportunity to become a mentor in these hackathons that you're seeing right now. At that time, I was still a student, but I was already working as a social media specialist and IT support associate. So, he gave me an opportunity to be able to share my knowledge kahit student pa lang ako. So, malaking bagay talaga when you interact with other people, connect with them, show them what you're passionate about, and they'll definitely help you reach to where you want to go. So, ayan, I've been a mentor in hackathons. I've also been a judge with the uh, SDGs, yun yung mga goal, merong climate change, health, agriculture, smart cities, etc. So all of this was happening while I was still a student, while I was working and doing speaking engagements. All of this is not only just by taking a risk, but also having grit. And what grit means, according to Google, is courage and resolve. It also involves strength of character. So, sa work namin, meron din kaming women in technology na group. And we were, every month siya, may book club kami. And we were provided a book every month. Sagot nila. And one of them is Grit. So, I'm currently still reading this. Ang tagal, di ko pa tapos. Pero this is a good book. Um, if you want to learn more about grit, what it takes for you to have that growth mindset and possibility, and perseverance. So this is Grit, The Power of Passion and Perseverance by Angela Duckworth. Ayan yung book. So this is what I'm currently reading right now. It's really helping me with work. This can also help you when it comes to school and getting into your workflow. And it will really help you na see na, pag nag-isip pala ako ng ganito, ganito yung mangyayari. It's a good book to help you with achieving what you want to become and also with your goals as well. So, minsan, di ba, when it comes to these um, mga concerns, when it comes to women in tech, there's always a debate. There's always like, sinisisi kasi si ganito, kasi sila ganyan. Diba? It's not you, it's me. But at the end of the day, based on what I have shown with you guys and experience, it's both ways. So, although tayo mga babae, we feel na may discrimination and may bias, it's still something at the end of the day that um should and could include collaboration and empathy and understanding with one another regardless of our gender or sex. So it's still tulungan yan, and it's how we give out that message na ito yung gusto ko ma-provide. Can you help me to be able to reach out to these people and to also share with you kung ano yung na-discover ko, etc. Ganyan. So it's also how you approach other people. And through that, how you're going to reach other people is through collaboration. And another thing, another person that I'm also grateful for is Mr. Sir Rafi Kisumbing. He also is a content creator and does interviews with IT professionals then as well. And he also gave me an opportunity to work at Education.ph as a technical community manager, helping with community building with Amazon Web Services. Ayan. So you can search his channel, Young CTO, if you want to that time, sharing my experience as an IT support when I was still a student, I shared them. Ayan. So, I have received a feedback from one of the students at Mindanao State University from Eden. He said she just finished watching the video He learned a lot, especially she agrees on the part where I stress the importance of always giving one's best shot, regardless of whether you're employed or not, because a job is not even guaranteed after you get a degree. And that's really true. Especially if you're targeting to work for an international company or if you're also planning to go here in the States. Ang daming layoffs ngayon. I don't know if you're familiar with that news. A lot of tech layoffs in Google, Amazon, Microsoft. So kahit gaano ka pa ka-skilled, iba pa rin talaga na prepared ka sa mga ganong situations. That's always why you also need to build yourself. Just follow BIT, di ba? Build, interact, and transform. Yan. And even before, I've also collaborated with other students. So she is Pat, another content creator, Pat Tutorials. I believe she graduated at UST, Information Technology. Ayan. So just connect, even though at the moment wala pa kayo masyadong kilala na people in the industry, you can also connect and engage with fellow students, fellow leaders. Ayan. It will help you grow and also learn from them some skills and learnings na hindi tinuturo sa inyo sa school. And I love to interact with other people since I believe when I was 12 years old, nasa Omegle na ako for certain reasons. And I met Dia through Omegle because we were both interested in computer science. And Dia is from Tunisia. If you're not familiar with the country Tunisia, it's in the continent Africa. And he shared that if you wanna watch this, it's also on my YouTube channel. Ayan. In Tunisia daw, their course computer science is 6 years. Sa atin, 4 years. Sa kanila, 6 years. That's like, I believe right now he's also taking his master's. So, and he's also a developer. We're still in touch, pero ayun, sabi ko, grabe, 6 years. 4 years na, di ko na kung suko na ako, pero sa kanila, yun daw yung, ganun daw yung curriculum sa kanila. So, yun, especially if you want to um, have a career internationally, connect with those industry leaders that you're seeing in Facebook, in LinkedIn, on YouTube, ganyan, ayan. And of course, nung nagkaroon na ng opportunity to meet people in person, when I was in the Philippines last year for my graduation, I also meet other GDSC student leaders. So, kung familiar kayo sa faces na nandito sa screen ngayon, these are some of the GDSC student leaders. Ayan. And I met with them. I believe that time they had an event in Manila. So, ayan, I just went there, said hi, pero I didn't attend. Ayan. And then also, if you have an opportunity to be active in user groups, there's a lot of user groups. Say for example, you're that type of person, decidido ka na, ay gusto ko maging Python developer. So meron tayong user group sa Philippines na Python users group or Python PH if I'm not mistaken. And lahat na nandun yung mga experts and also beginners that are engaging and talking and helping each other about that specific technology. So itong mga tao na nandito sa picture, they are all of these are the leaders of different user groups. Merong R user group, AWS, Microsoft, Mozilla, um, and other programming languages. Angular PH, yung mga naalala ko, PWA Pilipinas, game developers, user group, ayan, and many more. So I met with them. This is at the time when I was working as a technical community lead. Ayan. And to sum it up, from what I've experienced in the last 2 years, I started working for an Australian startup company. They have given me an opportunity because they invited me to do a talk about Figma when I was still a student. My first job, I didn't apply to it. It just so happens that when I was interviewed to be the resource speaker, I was, before we went live, I was already being interviewed. So on the spot ako ini-interview ng CEO and that's how I got my first job as a social media specialist for a developer community. So that's how I started. I worked for that company and after that, I believe at some may time doon na I was working for them as an application analyst, creating applications, and then I was also hired as a manager. So I was balancing two jobs and also doing our thesis. So that was really a challenge. And then after that, I moved here in the States and I'm currently working for technology. Ayan, and also their KCS. So ako, hindi ko alam talaga, 'di ba, what I have mentioned, I didn't really know what I wanted or career that I wanted to pursue when I said or put in my application na I'm going to take computer science. I only knew na I wanted to na I'm interested in cybersecurity and being a computer science professor when I was in third year college. And to be honest with you guys, at this moment, I'm still lost. I believe yesterday I spoke with our HR because of the career opportunities available in our company. Ang dami. Merong solutions architect, merong software engineer. Although may cybersecurity team sa amin, pero hindi sila open. Pero she really gave a good advice na for me to be able to have direction is to really focus on what I'm interested in. And she told me na if you're really passionate when it comes to teaching, you can join the knowledge ops team. Kasi meron kaming knowledge ops team where we do trainings, ganyan, with our POS, ganyan. So it's okay to feel lost right now, kahit graduating ka na. Kasi not knowing is okay, but not doing is not okay. So it doesn't necessarily mean na kailangan desidido ka na kasi we all have our own timeline. Di mo alam bukas, doon na pala mag-start na, ganito pala gusto ko after hearing from the speakers today. And for you to be able to start knowing what you really want, is of course for you to identify your skills. Saan ka nga ba magaling? And how are you going to turn those weaknesses into your strengths? Ayan, I'm reading at the right side. And then next on the left side is to study. Learning never stops when you're in the field of technology. Kaya tayo walang licensure exam, we only have certificates. Is that because technology is always evolving, it's innovating, kaya we always study, 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 even after we graduate. So, what type of learning is effective for you? Are you the type of person na effective kang matuto kapag sinusulat mo sa notebook mo? Are you an audio-visual learner? Mas naiintindihan mo ba kapag nanonood ka sa Indian tutorial to the point na nag-Indian accent ka na? Ayan. Next is direction. Navigate your way towards your interests. Although nakaka-overwhelm na, hala, ano ba dapat kong piliin? Yung gusto ko talaga or yung practical? Kasi ito malaki yung bayad. So, assess. Kasi hindi mo naman din pwedeng pilitin yung sarili mo to pursue a field na in demand pero that's not what you're passionate about. So, always consider those things. And then lastly is explore. Because what they say is, ayan, question ko yun sa inyo, experience is the best. Naku, di ko alam kung feeling ko mahirap ata yan. Ano yung sagot niya dyan? Experience is the best. So, minsan si Atcha, pag walang nag-chat, nagtatawag. Kaya kung ayaw niyong um, matawag, ayan, i-chat niyo na yung sagot. Kung nandun pa kayo. Ayan. When you're going to explore, you're going to need to experience those things so you would learn and understand. Although experience is the best, ayan, naku, wala na ata sila. Nakatulog na kasi 8 na ata sa inyo. Sabi ni Beverly Learning, ayan, experience is the best learning. Anybody else? Teacher, very good, Kenneth. Yes, definitely, experience is the best teacher. Definitely going back to the yung feedback sa akin before na, bakit mo sinabing mentor ka? Estudyante ka pa lang naman. Pero with that, when I gained experience, that's the time na I'm able to really proudly say na I'm proud to help people by being a mentor, ganyan. So yes, definitely, experience is the best teacher. And this is a quote that ito yung pinakagusto ko out of all of Ada's quotes is, she said, I never am really satisfied that I understand anything because understand it well as I may, my comprehension can only be infinite. decimal. Ito kasi yung problema kay Adam, napakalalim yung magsalita. Fraction of all I want to understand about the many connections and relations which occur to me. How the matter in question was first thought of or arrived at, etc., etc. So definitely talaga, to make it simple and short, always be curious, always, diba, with technology, it's always evolving. Maganda na curious ka kaysa you're just stagnant and just used to what is there already. There's always more to it. So if you feel like hindi mo pa nakukuha kung ano yung gusto mo, keep on searching for it and you'll definitely know what it will be. And just a little sharing, ayan. I named my cat after Ada Lovelace. Ayan, here's my cat, Adelina. I have two cats. So, mahilig din sa pusa. I named one of my cats Adelina. Ayan, or Ada. And yeah, I'm almost at the end of my presentation, but definitely, aside from you applying bit and knowing how to start or identify what you really want, especially with the career, your career in the future, malaking bagay pa rin talaga yung network and support group. Kaya don't hesitate to join tech communities. If you're introverted or ayaw mo makipag-interact sa maraming tao, there's also other ways such as merong mga initiatives ngayon ng students na gumagawa sila ng group chat, dun sila nagtutulungan when they're having a hard time with their assignments kasi some students are nahihiya with their classmates. So they reach out to other people outside of their school para mas maintindihan nila yung lesson na tinuturo sa kanila. So if you reach out to to the communities and to the industry leaders, it will definitely help you kickstart your career in tech. Definitely. Ayan. And yun, I'm at the end of my presentation. So when will you do your bit? Um, when will you build? When will you interact? And when will you transform? Definitely the community is there to support you, but it should also start with you. Ayan. And I appreciate your time. I hope king pa kayo. Ayan. And let me know what you want to learn next. Ayan. And also let me know how I did today. Buhay pa, sabi ni Ned. Ayan, thank you. Ayan. And by giving me a feedback here, I'll also send it here in our Zoom chat. If you want to learn more or in-depth version of my journey, or if you want to know ask specific communities that you want to be a part of, may it be programming, design, UI, UX, game development, definitely I'll share those resources and references with you. Ayan, again, the link is there. Don't forget to scan it as well. And for this March, I'll be also having a talk at USC if you want to learn about UX and UI. The topic is the value of UX and integrating it in your workflow on Saturday, March 25 at 5 to 6 p.m. And I did also a collaboration with Jobblue, a recruiting company, on how to ace that interview. So they'll be releasing it shortly. I'll also be sharing with you that as well. And then, yeah, you can connect with me. I'm on my Facebook page, Atcha Abe, and also on my YouTube channel. Aside from doing tech content, I also do entertainment videos. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm also on Instagram and Twitter. Ayan. And again, thank you for your time. And if you have any questions, please do let me know.
Since wala ang question, so kami na lang muna ni Erica magtatanong kay Miss Atcha.
Okay, sige.
Okay. So, question namin is, since we know naman you've accomplished so much, is there like any hindrances na in, let's say, in reaching what you've achieved in the tech industry?
Yes. Ang ano doon is imposter syndrome. Napakalahing ano talaga yan, parang challenge for me. Kasi syempre, if you're in a perspective of a student, parang most of the time ko questionin mo sarili ko na, hala, dapat pa talaga na nasa ganitong stage na ako ng life ko na parang, di ba dapat pag estudyante ka, nag-aaral ka lang, tapos kukunin mo yung degree mo, pag nakuha mo yung degree mo, saka ka maghanap ng trabaho. Kasi that's how ganun yung system sa atin or yung mindset na siguro na imprint sa atin. I don't know if it's just us Filipinos kasi here in America, start working at the age of 18. So people here, it's normal for them to work two jobs at the same time. For us Filipinos, it's not common to work as a student unless nangangailangan ka na talaga. Pero what made me not think of it, I've improved of it na eh. Kasi if it kapag nandyan, it's meant to happen. It's meant for you. So you shouldn't feel na di ko to deserve, hindi dapat to nangyayari. Parang, hala, talaga bang ganito yung kailangan ko ma-experience or nasa ganitong stage na ako, parang masyado naman tong maaga or something. There's a reason why you're at this point in your life, whether or not you still feel lost or you already know what you want. Kasi it has a purpose. It has a purpose. And with that challenge, while I was working as a student, nagkaroon din ako ng time na gusto ko nang mag-drop habang nagtitesis kami. To a point na nag-post ako sa Facebook page ko, sabi ko, I just wanna hear people's opinions about dropping out. Pero people in the industry jumped in. They said na, nako, wag. Tuloy mo yung degree mo, mahalaga yung degree mo, kahit nakikita mo sa pag-ibig mo na sina Mark Zuckerberg, etc., na hindi nakapagtapos ay naging successful, iba pa rin pag may degree ka. And I can definitely attest to that kasi working, especially if you want to work abroad, some people don't validate your experiences locally in the Philippines. Iba pa rin pag may degree ka kasi you have that foundational skill set, unlike other people na hiwa-hiwalay ba, kumbaga yung mga natututunan nila, hindi kagaya natin na we're equipped with fundamental knowledge of what the requirements sa isang work. And bibihira lang din talaga na magkaroon ng job opportunity na won't require you a degree. And some people, kaya sila nakakakuha ng trabaho nang walang degree is because they have experience. Kaya malaking bagay din talaga yon. And that's what also made me not feel that imposter syndrome anymore kasi napaka-supportive ng mga community. You just have to reach out and give your energy to those people who support you.
Yeah, thank you for that. I think na-inspire kami doon kasi I've heard na sa CCS, madami ding nag-shift out. Kaya, yon maybe yung experience mo would make us stay pa din. Ikaw, Erica, do you have any other question?
Um, what is your advice to young women who want to pursue tech but still doubt themselves from time to time? I wonder if you still also get overwhelmed in your field since you're also abroad.
Yes, definitely. Ayan, thank you for that. A wonderful question, my family. Ayan, charot. Pero, um, definitely overwhelming, especially if you're seeing how kapag nasa industry na kasi na parang totoo din talaga yung sinasabi ng mga nakagraduate na sa school or sa alma mater na there's more to than to just kung ano yung natutunan mo. Definitely, yung natutunan ko nung college, sobrang konti sa ina-apply ko sa work. So when I started working as an application analyst, I had to self-study every application and every technology that I need to use to be able to create an app. Hindi ko in-apply yung HTML, CSS, JavaScript kasi that's a most foundational thing. Kaya talaga the challenge there is kailangan mo din talaga sipagan. Kasi kailangan mo din talaga mag self-study. And kung hirap ka din when it comes to that part, definitely reach out to your colleagues and or with your manager. Or at the moment, let your program manager know na you're struggling on a specific subject that you want to improve on. It's always about the growth mindset din na if you feel na ay hindi ko to kakayanin, it's because all you need to do is try. Kasi you'll never know what you're capable of unless you try. It's always the action. Yun din yung sinabi ko. It's okay not to know, but it's not okay not to do something about it talaga. Yun always, it's how you think about the situation talaga.
Thank you for that, Miss Atcha. I'm sure a lot of us relate to that since tech is a really broad field. So, do any of our participants have any more questions? Can you just type them in the Zoom? There's a question in the chat box from Ned. So, if hindi ka po nag-pursue ng CS or IT, where will you be at the moment? If given time, will you revisit it?
Yes. Also a good question. So even though decidido na ako talaga na I won't be changing universities kasi Polinian ako, I've also applied to UP and Mapua, and at the end of the day, nandun pa rin talaga yung pagiging Polinian ko. And I was mostly interested, kung hindi computer science or IT, I was mostly interested in entrepreneurship. And kung meron lang sa Pilipinas na degree when it comes to business tech, yun talaga yung specifically interest ko before. So, if given the time, will you be revisited? I have plans to have my MBA or master's that is related to it. Kung hindi man business tech, most probably cybersecurity. So that's where I am at right now.
Are there any more questions? Okay, if there are no more questions, I think we can move on already. Once again, thank you for that very informative talk, Miss Athena.